How's it going, everyone? It's Abdallah here from the YouTube channel Abdallah Smash 026, giving you guys a quick review of the game Kirby and the Rainbow Curse for Nintendo Wii U. Now, we've seen Kirby before plenty of times. He's that cute little pink puffball who's got the endless appetite, is able to float a little bit, he's able to ride on warp stars, and he's even able to show his moves in Super Smash Bros. So, we've never seen him like this before. He takes the form of clay and rolls, blasts, and pretty much plows his way through a wonderful clay landscape on a magical rainbow road. Stay tuned, here comes the review. The first thing that we're going to cover is the storyline of Kirby and the Rainbow Curse. Well, it all starts out with Kirby enjoying his time, finds an apple, rolls down the hill, meets up with Waddle Dee, but out of nowhere, the sky splits open and a beam of light comes down and starts stealing all of the colors within Kirby's world. Without even, noticing, without any kind of warning, he gets turned to stone. All the life is sucked out of him and all of his friends. Now, you'll see that a small paintbrush-looking fairy comes down, brings Kirby back to life, paints him to life, and Waddle Dee, while escaping the clutches of these mysterious hands that are coming after. Very reminiscent of Master Hand and Crazy Hand from the Smash Bros. Universe. Anyway, so Kirby's able to save the fairy, but the hands escape. Now, with that being said, it's up to Kirby, Waddle Dee, and the paintbrush fairy in order to restore color back to all of Kirby's planet. Now, as far as gameplay goes, the game is controlled exclusively by your Nintendo Wii U GamePad. Now, that's pretty awesome considering the fact that the only time we've had a game like this was Kirby and the Canvas Curse. So this is the spiritual successor to that, at least I think of it. None of the buttons on the gamepad actually work besides the pause button, which is the plus button. So it's all exclusive on the touchscreen. You're going to be able to move Kirby around with that rainbow rope and do it in such a way that you have to be even clever and creative on how you're going to overcome all the obstacles, overcome all of the enemies, and find all of the hidden treasures within each of the levels. As you're going along, you can collect all these little stars. There's a little star meter in the top corner. Once you hit 100 stars, you'll be able to do a very powerful star dash. And once you do that, you'll be able to go through blocks or different areas that you couldn't normally. So you'll ultimately have to save up your stars in order to use that attack. Oh, and Kirby's invincible while he does it too. Now, don't get too carried away with drawing lines because there is a rainbow meter on the very top of the screen that depletes every time you draw a line. Once Kirby kind of goes to a stop, or if he touches the ground, that meter will come back, so no worries about that. You can also pick up some power-ups that instantly fill your meter in case you want longer expeditions of your rainbow rope. One of the coolest gameplay mechanics that I've seen in my playthrough of the game is turning Kirby into a tank. That is so cool. We've seen games like Kirby's Epic Yarn where he turns into like a rocket or a spaceship or a UFO. He's notorious for turning into stuff. In this game, he turns into a tank, among other things. I don't want to spoil it too well for you or too far into it. But the tank, oh my god, it's so awesome. If you do your charge-up shot, he literally has all these missiles in his mouth, and he launches a barrage of missiles, which is very cool. Very, very stunning as well. So, yes, using the gamepad in order to pretty much play the entire game. You'll get used to it. Alright, so along with gameplay comes the multiplayer mode. Now, the multiplayer mode is very fun. Jess and myself have played through a couple levels off screen, and it is really fun. As all you have to do is literally grab a Wii remote, turn it on, and press the plus button, and you're in for the in and out gameplay. You can jump out, you can jump in whenever you want to, and there's no consequence for it, which is very awesome. In case you guys have like 3 people, you can have your friends and just have everyone on screen and just help out and get stars and collect everything. It's very cool. Now, for those of you guys who are veteran Kirby fans, who have played all of the platformer games, this is a very welcome control scheme. Let me tell you about it. Moving left and right, jumping, floating, attacking, it feels just like home. Now, with that, you guys each get to control a Waddle Dee. Now, the Waddle Dee has a spear. He's able to hit upwards, left and right, and even do an aerial down dive attack, which is very cool. Once you guys collect 100 stars, you guys can both click and hold onto the attack button and then do a super strong stab in order to break through the bricks that you normally couldn't. Kind of like Kirby's Super Star Dash. It's very awesome. Now, you can also move around and pick up Kirby if you'd like. Now, picking up Kirby and bringing him throughout the level, just by carrying him, is so fun. Oh my god, just in case you're playing with a person who's really not that good at video games, you can just ask them to make platforms for you, and you can literally be Waddle Dee and pick up Kirby throughout the entire level. The multiplayer mode in this game is very fun and very enjoyable, so if you guys haven't invited some friends over to play this game, definitely do that. Whether you're playing the game in 720p or the visually stunning 1080p, you're going to notice that the visuals within Kirby and the Rainbow Curse are clay-mazing. They're really good. It makes you wonder if Nintendo actually made each and every one of these enemies and each and every one of the characters in the game, sculpted out of clay and then, took pictures of them in all their little motions in order to make like a stop motion film. Kind of reminds me of like Wallace and Gromit almost, in case you guys watch that, or if you're as old as I am, Gumby with the stop motion clay animation. It just looks really stunning. So as you guys can see from the visuals of this review, the game is awesome. The game looks great. Alright, now within the game, there are two different modes that you can play through. There's the story mode, and then there's the challenge mode. The story mode is pretty much you going through a bunch of different worlds. Each world consists of 3 levels and 1 boss fight. Now, by going through these worlds, you'll advance the story, unlock even more worlds until you finish the game. Now, within each of these story modes, there is a way of getting 100%. And for the completionist like me that loves the fact that you can collect stuff and each of the save files tells you what percentage you're at, there are 3 requirements to get 100% on each of these worlds. So the first thing is complete the level and get enough stars so that you get a gold medal. Bam! So once you get that, that will be pretty easy, collecting gold medals. The second thing is collecting 5 hidden treasure chests within the game. I'm not going to reveal where they're at because that would be a spoiler and I don't want to do that. You guys can watch my Let's Play of the game if you want to find out where those are all at. But you'll get 5 secret treasures within each level in order to do that requirement. And last but not least is the fact that at the end of every single one of these levels, there is a small roulette that you can aim Kirby to go on through in order to get a secret diary. Now with the figurines, they are awesome. Oh my god, it's kind of like Pokemon where you gotta collect them all. Where you unlock them, you can see the figurines, there's like a little stand where they sit on. You can move the camera around 360 degrees and take a look at the marvelous clay animation that's involved with the designing of each of these figurines within the game. And also there's a short bio pretty much explaining who the character is and what to look out for. Very, very top notch. So it's our job as completionists to collect them all. The diaries, that is the really cool part. You can choose to go throughout the entire game without collecting a single diary, or you can collect them all. It's up to you. By going through the game without collecting the diary, you don't necessarily learn all the story elements of the game. Because if you go back out to the main menu, there's a section called Secret Diaries, and you can pretty much see the Paint Fairy's, adventures with Kirby. She writes one little log entry per diary that you get, and by collecting all of them, you kind of see what's happening. Who she is, where she's hiding, who's the bad guy, and all that other fun stuff. And they're very, very cute entries, so I highly recommend waiting to the very end of each level and precisely timing your rolls in order to get that. Now, one of my favorite modes within the game is the challenge mode. Now, let me tell you about this. Challenge mode is exactly that. It's a challenge. It will separate the casual players from the hardcore gamers. And since I'm considered a hardcore gamer myself, this mode is right up my alley. What you can do, essentially, is play through the story mode, and you'll unlock your many different levels within challenge mode just by simply getting gold medals, getting treasure chests, beating bosses. That unlocks different rooms within the challenge mode. There's 48 rooms in total, and simply by playing the game, you'll unlock a majority of them. Now, here's the deal with challenge mode. In one room, you have 4 levels that you have to beat consecutively without stopping. Now, in each of these 4 levels, you have 15 seconds on the clock to collect the treasure chest. This will involve very, very quick reflexes, creativity, very, very good skill in controlling Kirby and the rainbow rope, and overall, pro gaming, because 15 seconds is not a lot of time to analyze what's in the room, find out how exactly to maneuver Kirby over to the treasure chest, and get it, alongside with doing 3 other ones at the same time. You guys should see level 8. Oh my god, level 8 is called a survival mode, in which, in order to earn a gold medal, you have to actually go through 12 consecutive rooms. If you miss one, you won't be able to get the gold medal. Now tell me that's not challenging. That is right up my alley, and it's very addicting. Some of the levels will be pretty easy, where you just draw a line and, okay, from point A to point B, that's where you're at. But some of them you have to think. You have to use everything that you've learned throughout the story mode in order to achieve that gold medal. Whether you're a casual Kirby gamer or a hardcore Kirby gamer, you'll love the fact that the game has its very own jukebox dedicated to all of the music within the game. Now, the Kirby music is very memorable, and I find myself humming it off-screen a lot, especially since I'm playing this game. But you'll notice that they have tunes that you can unlock via the story mode and collecting the treasure chest, all throughout the Kirby generation. So they've got tunes from the very first Kirby game, to Kirby Air Ride, to Kirby Mass Attack, to Kirby Triple Deluxe. There's a lot of tunes that you can actually listen to. And, if you want, you can just literally put the TV on, favorite a bunch of songs that you want in a playlist, and press play and just listen to them while you're doing other things. That is so cool. And people who are hardcore Kirby fans will definitely enjoy the fact that you can do that within the game. Alright, so one of the coolest functionalities within Kirby and the Rainbow Curse is Amiibo Support! Yeah! Alright, we can finally give Kirby a break from beating up Mario in Super Smash Bros., and we can bring him to the WiiU GamePad, just like so, place him on top of there, and you'll be able to get yourself a free Star Dash at the beginning of any one of the levels. That's pretty cool. That's the equivalent of getting 100 stars. So if you're ever on a boss fight, I highly recommend plopping your Kirby right down and getting a free charged up attack that you can unleash on the boss at any given time. Now, if you guys are lucky enough to do that Best Buy pre-order to get that Meta Knight, you'll also unlock the ability to play as a little Meta Knight mask on top of Kirby, which will give you a very powerful dash attack. If you do have the King DDD amiibo, all you'll have to do is put him on there just like this, and you'll get additional health bars for your Kirby. Now, keep in mind that the amiibos are limited to once per day. It'll tell you that the amiibo needs some rest. Look forward to using it tomorrow. So keep that in mind whenever you do choose which level to play with your awesome little collectible amiibo. Alright guys, well that concludes my review of Kirby and the Rainbow Curse, so by all means, if you haven't checked out this game, I highly recommend you do so. Simply because this game is beautiful, the clay graphics are awesome, the gameplay is very fun and intuitive, and the challenge mode is so cool. Once you're done with the story mode, going through and attempting the challenge mode and getting all gold medals is something that is very tough, and it definitely separates the hardcore from the casual gamers. But regardless if you're hardcore or casual, you're going to enjoy this game no matter what, especially with the awesome Amiibo support of this cute little guy here. So cool. So guys, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully this review gave you an insight as to what the game is all about. If you guys want to watch even more gameplay of it, I do have a Let's Play on my channel right now, where you can go ahead and click on the screen right now, and there will be set over to part 1 of the Let's Play. I'm also doing a challenge mode Let's Play as well, so click on that as well. Guys, it would really benefit me if you clicked on that like button and showed your support for the review. And in order to give back to you guys, I will be hooking you guys up with a chance to win a copy of Kirby and the Rainbow Curse, furnished by Nintendo of America, and some runner-up prizes being these 2 awesome Kirby amiibos. So all you have to do in order to enter is click on that like button, share the video with a friend, comment in the comment section below, and of course, subscribe for even more Kirby and the Rainbow Curse. If you want to up your odds, by all means, head over to the site right up above me, and you can do so. So guys, that's it for me. Yeah, I'll talk to you guys on the next review, and stay tuned to my channel for even more coverage of Kirby and the Rainbow Curse. Thank you so much.